Hello everyone, this is your host today, I'm Eunice. Today we explore a conflict that might feel distant, yet its impact can influence worldwide, which is the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas. Since 2023, this struggle has influenced global politics, religion, and media narratives. Different media outlets interpret the battlefield from contrasting perspectives, making it not just a story of conflict, but also a reflection on information, values, and global responsibilities. So, let's start by looking at the origins of the conflict. We all know that the tension between Israelis and Palestinians has shaped the region for decades. It's actually pretty hard to mention all of the details and timeline in this short period, so I'll just focus on several key events that help explain the current situation. The roots trace back over a century, involving colonial history, national identity, and religious ideology. Tensions began during Britain's mandate over Palestine after World War I, when Zionist leaders sought a national home for the Jewish people. For the Arab majority, this was a provocation. In 1947, the UN partition plan divided Palestine into a Jewish state and an Arab state, with Jerusalem as an international zone. And Israel declared independence in 1948, sparkling war with neighboring Arab countries. This conflict, known as the Nakba, displaced hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. The disputes have continued ever since. The 2023 outbreak of conflict reflects a series of political, social, and security developments. Gaza has been under Hamas control since 2007. Despite Israel's withdrawal, a blockade remains due to security concerns. Palestinians face restricted movement and military pressure. Rising frustration eventually led to counterattack in 2023, triggered by Israel's settlement construction in the West Bank. Humanitarian conditions have worsened, the UN Human Rights Office noted. I was particularly alarmed by the prevalence of hunger. Acquiring basic necessities has become a daily, dreadful struggle for survival. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Volker Turk said, "There has been unconscionable death and suffering." These statements highlight that this conflict is not caused by a single event, but by long-term political, social, and even territorial disputes. The conflict also has far-reaching global impact, particularly in the economy. Analysts note that Middle East conflict often create immediate uncertainty in commodity markets, especially crude oil and natural gas. The region's shipping routes, including the Strait of Hormuz and the Red Sea, carry a significant portion of global energy supplies. Instability here affects energy importing countries across Asia, and of course, including Taiwan. Oil prices surged by more than 4% following the 2023 escalation, according to The Guardian. Shipping risk increased, freight costs climbed, and logistics companies had to reroute cargo. Companies now face both rising oil prices and delays. Economic research institutions warn that prolonged instability could increase global inflation, impacting transportation, manufacturing costs, and export competitiveness. Another crucial aspect is media coverage. In this war, the media itself has become a battlefield. News framing shapes public opinion and international response. Al Jazeera notes that Western media often portray Israeli actions as self-defense, while giving limited coverage to Palestinian suffering, fostering the perception that Palestinians are the perpetrators. Even within major newsrooms, tensions exist. Some CNN staff admitted the network overemphasized the Israeli narrative, calling it a misconduct in journalism. Journalists speaking to Al Jazeera's The Listening Post noted editorial pressures often shaped reporting. So what can we take away? Media coverage is not just about reporting events. It actually shapes public understanding. Journalists must strive for accuracy and context of the news, while readers should evaluate sources critically and remain aware of biases. Responsible reporting and informed audiences help ensure the realities of the conflict are conveyed truthfully. In conclusion, the Israel and Hamas conflict shows how a regional war can evolve into a global concern. It impacts economies, influences media narratives, and even challenges international norms. It also reminds us that historical tensions can continue to shape today's world. This conflict urges the international community and all of us to reflect on how to deal with violence and pursue lasting peace worldwide. So this is the end of our show today. Thank you for joining me. Stay informed, stay thoughtful, and remember, even distant conflict can affect all of us.